Good morning, how are you? Hey, this is going to be another great teaching on Curon TV. Welcome everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome again. I'm really excited about today's teaching because this is where we're going to start to transition in from all of what we've been teaching this week in terms of how powerful the thoughts are and harnessing the power of thought to achieve what you want in life. This is Mindset Mastery. This is Module 5. We are going to now get into more in-depth discussion about the subconscious mind. What I'm going to do though, before we do that, is frame it for you. So as we work into next week, I'm going to delve into more of the power of the subconscious mind, and you know, I call it the ruler of the mind because everything is stored there. You know, when you think of the mind, I want you to think of the brain is the hardware, the thoughts and all of the feelings and the actions that come from the mind, and then ultimately what creates the result. It's the software, the programming. All the thoughts are the programming, the emotions are the programming, and everything is programmed into the subconscious mind. Now, what's really interesting is that when you have the results in your life and you look back at the process of thought and emotion and what created that result, you're going to start to see some patterns. And in the same way, for results in your life that showed up that you didn't want to have, you're going to look back and you're going to see a pattern of thoughts that created a certain emotion, that created a certain behavior, and everything's related to the power of thought. So it's really important to never discount a single thought that happens. Because as soon as that thought enters the mind, there's an opportunity to decide what you're going to do with that thought. Whether it's your thought, somebody else's thought, something coming from media, or that big aha idea that sometimes comes in from powers above us that we're still trying to understand when you think about it. But I believe in the power of thought. I believe that we are all part of one universal thought ether. And if you look at it that way, what I'm thinking right now can be picked up by somebody 10,000 miles away. And I can pick up a thought from somebody 20,000 miles away. So thoughts are constantly being exchanged throughout the ether. Thoughts are constantly coming and going. And what you're going to be able to do is start to filter. Say that word. Say, I'm going to filter. Excellent. Say, filter my thoughts. Say that. Excellent. So you're going to have the power now to filter these thoughts. And I'm going to show you right here on the board behind me exactly what's happening at all times. And throughout this weekend, I'm going to ask you to really take the time to do the exercises we've been teaching this week, and keep in mind that all thought, all power, everything, these techniques that we're using will allow you to really harness the phenomenal power of thought. And each and every thought is going to create a result. And a series of thoughts will ultimately create a result. In the same way, it creates the behavior of who you are. So, anything can be achieved in life. Anything can be achieved in life. We've heard great quotes throughout time about, Henry Ford said, or Einstein said, I think, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So, conceive, then the belief. So the thought is conceived, then the belief, your belief in it. Do I believe I can be successful? Do I believe I can have a great relationship? Do I believe I can really be in the best health of my life? And what's achieved is the result. So here I'm going to just illustrate something for you. So watch closely. This is a lot of fun. You guys having fun? Awesome. I really appreciate you being part of Kiron TV. This learning every day, spending 20 to 30 minutes a day just learning does so much for your day. And what I want you to do is watch your vibration. I'm going to get into that as well, talking about how the energy and the vibration all works together. But your thoughts, what I'm giving you right now, whether it's new or a refresher, what I'm giving you right now is information that's actually going to start to raise the vibration of who you are. Your thoughts will start to vibrate. And as you vibrate at a higher level, you're going to become more productive. You're going to become more positive. But doing the visualizations that I taught, the techniques of visualizing that I taught earlier in the week, you're going to be able to take that, make a habit of it every day, of doing it 5 to 10 minutes a day, at least once, twice, 3 times, 4 or 5 times would be better. You're dreaming anyway. You're always dreaming. So you've got that focused thought vibration, visualization. Then you've got the free flowing. I do the free flowing all the time. I never stop dreaming. Remember, when I was a kid, I was a daydreamer. No, I was a visualizer. I was seeing what I wanted to have happen in my life. Okay, here we go. So, this is, I want you to imagine that this is the mind. All right? That's your head. That's your brain. Okay, so imagine that this is the mind. Yes. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this in half. Excellent. Now, at all times, when please? Thank you. At all times, there are constantly various thoughts coming into our mind. Excellent. Now, what kind of thoughts do you have? What do you have? Do you have good thoughts? Do you have not so good thoughts? You tell me. But at all times, you've got thoughts coming into the mind. Now, the mind is powerful. Yes or yes? So what's happening is, we've got all of these thoughts coming into the mind. Now, each and every day, there are thoughts. There are positive thoughts and there are not so positive thoughts. So what's happening is, there's positive thoughts coming in, and these positive thoughts are going into the subconscious mind. The conscious mind. So this is the conscious mind, this is subconscious mind. Let me just write that out. So you've got the conscious mind, CM, and write this down, by the way, and the subconscious mind. At all times, thoughts are coming into the mind. Now, we have also unsupportive or negative thoughts coming into the mind. Yes or yes? Excellent. So, we have an opportunity to filter. Say that word. Thank you. I want you to remember that word, because at all times you're filtering your thoughts. You're filtering them at all times. And this filter, imagine it existing between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So you have the ability right now to decide, do I want to allow that thought to go into the subconscious mind? This is where you get powerful. This is where it gets really interesting. This is where it gets, I really, really am getting this. Now what I want you to do is just look at that for a second. Just have a look at it and make sure you're understanding what's being seen here. The subconscious mind is going to eventually create your life. Think about that. The subconscious mind is going to create your life. And at all times, the subconscious mind is going to be working to support or not support your thoughts and your feelings. So, let's have another look at this. We have positive thoughts, negative thoughts. So, this is the filter. These positive thoughts are coming into the mind. These negative thoughts are coming into the mind. They could be just thoughts that you're thinking. They could be thoughts that are coming from another individual. They could be thoughts that are coming from media. They could be thoughts that just, as I said, they just show up. And all of a sudden, these thoughts are coming into the subconscious mind. So at all times, we've got this going on. We're being bombarded with positive and negative thoughts. True or true? Excellent. So, this is the filter. The filter is going to decide what comes into the subconscious mind. And if you allow, by filtering, if you constantly allow only positive thoughts to fill up the subconscious mind, you're going to find out that you're going to feel different every single day. Your vibration is going to increase because you are only a positive thinker. If you allow the negative to constantly fill up this space, this beautiful, amazing space that is the ruler of your thoughts and your universe and everything, all of a sudden, you're going to allow this to overcome. And what's happening is most people are allowing this negativity to be the ruler. Is there anyone in your family or your friends that are not supportive? You see, even you being on the journey of wanting to learn this, some people think you're weird. But that's fine. What this is your power center right here. Remember I talked about the generator or the fire and the sparks from the fire and using those analogies to describe how you produce thought. So all thoughts coming from here. The conscious mind receives it. Oh yes, nice. No, don't like you. Go away. And you are using the filter to bring that in. I am a healthy, physically fit human being. You say that. The doubt comes up. The doubt comes, I know you're not. You can never be fit. You're not good enough. That's the negativity popping up. This is what stops you. You see, all of these negative thoughts are buried in the subconscious mind. I'm going to be a millionaire. No, you're not. I'm going to be a millionaire. You can't do it. I'm going to be a millionaire. It's too hard. I'm going to be a millionaire. You'll never do that. I'll be a millionaire. You'll never amount to anything. You see, sayings like that, when people said, if they said it when you were young, you'll never amount to anything, you're not good enough, you know, all that is buried in the subconscious mind. And they're buried in mind files. Write that down. Mind files. And imagine, like, this is like a filing cabinet. And the filing cabinet is full of all of these files of unsupportive and supportive thoughts. So what we're going to do, using our exercises, everything we learned this week and everything we're going to learn next week, what we're going to do is we're going to learn to completely remove as much of the negative thoughts that are buried in the subconscious mind. And we're going to replace them with the positive thoughts. Now, what we do is using these visualization exercises, we're starting to program or reprogram. Say I'm going to reprogram. Thank you. Reprogram the subconscious mind. And we're going to start replacing and think of these as weeds in your garden, all right? There's like weeds in your garden, and you're going to spray on those weeds some positive thoughts. And what's going to happen is we're going to start to replace these negative thoughts with, no, we're going to bring these over here and we're going to put more of them. We're going to say, go away, you guys. And all of a sudden, we start to increase the power of positive thought, believing I can achieve anything. You know, I can go on with countless stories personally and of friends and of colleagues, people I've met who have gone through adversity in life. And it doesn't matter what's happened in your life. Whatever adversity you've had, whatever challenges you've had, money, relationships, health, whatever it is, this, when you really harness this, when you really harness this and just believe it, you're going to see significant change in your life. Some of you have probably had significant shifts this week. Let me ask you this. If you've really been doing the exercises and if you're really believing in this material, what you're going to start to see is that perhaps some opportunities were presented to you this week. Were you awake and aware of them? Go back and look at your week. And look at all of the great things that were presented to you, the great things that happened. If there was some unfortunate circumstances, don't let it overpower you. Move into this thought space right here. Move into it. If negative things keep happening, unsupported things keep happening, it may be possible that your programming is attracting that. So just be aware of it. Just be aware of it. Certain things, yes, certain things, unfortunate things do happen in life, but when you start to move into this space, you're going to notice there's a shift because you're an energetic being and you're at all times you're sending out a vibration. So what's happening now is we have our positive thoughts, and I want you to look at that. Look at it. Really look at it. Really look at it closely. And that's really what's going on. And all of this is happening constantly. It's been happening your entire life. Like I said, you're the hardware. This is the hardware right here. And that hardware is been programmed. So now we're going to reprogram. We're going to erase some of that old negativity, that old, those old messages, and we're going to replace them. So whether it comes to money, relationships, health, those are the three main pillars that are of significant importance in your life. This is how we're going to change it. I am living a loving, wonderful, beautiful, romantic relationship with my partner. I'm having a fun and just a playful time with my children. If your children are older and they're adults, my son or my daughter and I have great intellectual conversations and we dream together. I am earning a six-figure income in 2013. I am earning a significant income in 2014. By 2015, I'm going to be earning a seven-figure income. Start that belief right now. I believe that it takes approximately 3 years to be able to completely transition from this type of belief system to this one that becomes predominant. And the result, it shows up in income, happiness, better relationships, and in health. Now, when I say 3 years, I'm not saying it's going to take 3 years, but it can take up to 3 years. But it just seems that that's a paradigm that we've created. So now, do we want to change the paradigm? Absolutely, go for it. You want to shorten the process? Go for it. But also be realistic regarding the circumstances that are happening in your life right now. You might have to build a business. You might have to take that business to a new level. You know, one of the businesses that I built in the last 2 years has had a significant rise in income. And my passive income from that business now is really healthy. So what I'm doing is I'm going to increase it again. And I have another business that I've started that is now starting to monetize, and it's starting to build on a daily basis. So that's really good too. So, you know, if you're in a business or you're not in a business and you want to get in a business, then start working on this programming now so that you can start to increase your income, thereby increasing your wealth. Eventually on this platform, we're going to have people here that are going to be able to give you direction on how to increase wealth. There's some really good people out there, and we're going to start to introduce them, and they'll come on as guests and just talk to you about possibilities that you can work with. But those are special appearances. What I'm doing with you is for this entire year, we're going to work on you. We're going to work on mindset. We're going to work on our dreams and our visions and our purpose in life. We're going to work on some business skill sets. We're going to talk about social media marketing and mastering that, and then move into mobile marketing. I want to get into mobile marketing because it is really where things are going right now. And that is important. So we need to understand it, especially if you have a local business. You need to get into that. So, and don't wait for me. Just, start looking and figuring it out yourself right now. But we'll get there as well with our platform. So guys, this is it. This is what's happening. So at all times, thoughts are coming into your mind, into the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind, you control what's coming in. I'm not going to accept these thoughts anymore. I'm only accepting these thoughts. We filter them by doing so, by saying I'm not accepting these, but I'm accepting those. We filter them, so the subconscious mind is saying no to these, yes to these, and in they go. And then we're starting to fill up the subconscious mind with more powerful thought. This is how we have power over our thoughts. There are many great books. Many great philosophical books, many great teachings. We often refer to books like the Bible, the Quran, and the Torah. And what we do is we cite these passages because wisdom in the old world, wisdom was pure. Wisdom was logical. It just seemed to make sense. And sometimes we forget about these. But these books provide us with history of knowledge. And a lot of these passages in these books have been the foundation of the industry we're in, because the great writers like Napoleon Hill gave us such great wisdom. So from the Bible, it even says this: whatever things ye pray for and ask for, believing that ye have received them, ye shall receive them. See, notice that it says you will receive them. It's more than just hoping and wishing. You're actually claiming it in your inner world. So whatever things you ask for or pray for, believe that you will have them. Believe you will have them, as if they're already here now, and you will receive them. Believe you're receiving them, and you shall receive them. So everything you want in your visualizations and declarations, which we'll start to introduce soon, is you're going to believe, I will receive this, I will have this, or I have this, I have received this. I have received this. I am earning a multiple six-figure income. I am earning $1 million. I have a net worth of $1 million, $2 million. I have a net worth of $50 million. You decide. It's entirely up to you. But yet, put it in the presence. It's happened. It's happened. It exists. Just like that beach home. Visualize the beach home. Visualize the beach home. Where is it? What does it look like? What does it smell like? Do all of that. Hey, I got some feedback from some people about how they wrote their check yesterday. Have you written your check? Write your check for the amount of money that you wish to receive. Make it $1 million and believe that that is going to come into your life. I'm working with some people on one of my coaching calls, and their lives have changed significantly. In fact, yesterday I had one of my students actually asked her to teach a few of my calls this week, and I was listening to her and I was like, wow. And this woman and her husband, they saved their home by working with me, and now they're earning a six-figure income because their thoughts are focused on what they want. They're focused on the reality that they're creating. It's beautiful. So go back and watch this again. Take a screenshot of it. I'll get out of the way. Take a screenshot so that you understand what's happening and look at it all day and really make it make sense to you, because I mean, it's simple, but it's powerful. Simple, but very, very powerful. All right, guys, that's it for this week. We've got 5 modules. Please go back and review them again. So you've got approximately 2 hours of content now, and I would like you to really, that's actually over that. It's about 2.5 hours, a little less. Some shows are 20 minutes, some are 30. This one's probably getting a little long. So I'm going to stop now. I'm going to wish you an outstanding weekend, and I'll see you Monday, and we're going to actually get deeper into this in it. But what's important is this has been a great foundation this week. Use the techniques, understand what's happening in the subconscious mind, and you will start to see amazing things start to show up in your life. And document what's happening. Take notice of what's happening, and do this in all your areas of your life. You know, and have your partner, your spouse, your children watch these videos as well, so that they are getting this as well. And invite your friends and relatives to join Curon TV as well. This is important because the more people in your influence, circle of influence, that are getting this material, then it's going to make a big difference. And don't share your membership with anybody, because when people are not vested and they're not paying for it, then they're unlikely to watch it. So it's important that they become a member, because if they want to get other benefits down the road, they're going to have to be a member. So make sure, be in integrity, and do not share your membership with anybody. Invite them to watch it, and then eventually they're going to start to enjoy it too. And you'll be amazed at how many people will actually appreciate you referring them to learn this information with you. So we're all getting juiced together. We're all getting our minds in the same direction, so we're going to have an awesome life together. And guys, I really appreciate you guys being the first founding members. Some of you have bought the lifetime membership. If you want to buy the lifetime membership, they're still available, and you can upgrade at any time. So just send me some information. If you don't know how to do that, just send us an email at info@curontv or .com or curon@curonsweeney.com. Either one, it'll get to me, and we'll make sure that you're looked after. So guys, have an awesome day. Remember, the plus sign, that's the one. Work on it. Take care, guys. See you soon.